What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Make sure you punch that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. We are live here on Sunday night, about to talk about the Miami Dolphins salary cap situation. All right, it is revealed. We will talk about it right here, right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and come in the building. Make sure you punch that like button. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to come in the room before we actually do a deep dive into the financial situation. Please know that training camp is here upon us, ladies and gentlemen. I should be attending training camp as of Saturday. Let me know in the chat. Is anybody else going to training camp? Did anybody else request tickets and you're going to training camp? Let me know in the chat right now. I hope to see some of you there. I'm usually at the 50-yard line at the top. All right. So it'll be really cool to meet as many of you as possible if any of you are going. So let me know in the chat if any of you plan on attending training camp. If you've requested tickets from the Miami Dolphins. I like to see who all's going. All right. But I will say this. I'm still waiting on the tickets though. You know, we've been requested them. I'm like, has anybody else gotten theirs that's actually going? It's curious. I've reached out to everybody and everybody say, yeah, they haven't sent them yet. So that's very interesting when we have about 5-6 days left. That's kind of crazy. So we'll see. We shall see. But outside of that, what up, Daniel? I see you. I see everybody in the chat. Shout out to the mod squad. Shout out to all the members. Steve Malloy in the building. Miss Relentless is in the building. And California. Scant Dollar, what's up, man? I see you. All right, Smarty Jam, salute to you. Thanks for your continued support always. Before we get started, there were a few more people after the last stream that showed me some love via the Cash App. Just wanted to give a quick shout out. All right. First and foremost, Purnell's third event. Salute to you for the love and support of TD Fans Talk via the Cash App. Also, David Kravitz, all right, for your awesome insight is what David wrote on the Cash App. Drop me some love, man. Salute to you, David. I appreciate you. Listen, man, I'm looking at the history here, David, and you've been showing some love for quite some time now. So just from me to you, thank you, man. I mean, it's been quite some time. I didn't even know I could do this. It just made a mistake and clicked on history of you, and it shows that you have actually dropped some donations on a consistent basis on the platform. So thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. Really, really, really do appreciate that, man. It says 13 times you've contributed to what we're doing. Salute to you, brother. Thank you for the continued support, man. That's big time. If you want to support the channel, especially right now for our training camp fund, you can go to the Cash App, drop some love there. And it doesn't matter what you drop. It's just all love. We really do appreciate it. All right. It ain't a stream if TD Fraud Talk is not in here. He's present. He said, what have we done to get CPA? At TD Fins Talk, what have we done to get CPA? Elaborate on CPA. What do you mean? If you know anything about finances, you wouldn't have to beg for the training camp fund. That's very interesting of you. If I knew anything about finances, I wouldn't have to beg for the training camp fund. Well, I love people like you because first and foremost, I'm not claiming to be an expert in finance, but here's what I will tell you. I don't beg for anything. I show appreciation for the people who are showing love on the channel, and I'm just letting them know where to put the funds. And here is a financial lesson to you, TD Fraud Talk. It is better for one to financially bless the channel via Cash App than it is actually on this platform, because when color comes across this platform, YouTube takes 40% of it, and Cash App literally takes almost nothing. Okay. So whenever I have someone blessing this channel, like someone did the other day and dropped $100, YouTube would have gotten $40 of that. But instead, it's in my Cash App, and they'll probably charge me $2 to take it out. Do you see how, that makes sense? So I'm not begging for anything. I'm just trying to make sure that the people who work hard for their money and they decide they want to bless me with some of it, that it maximizes the potential of it. That is financial knowledge. Therefore, I can help the subscribers that are blessing me allow their money to impact me greater than they even intended. So just FYI from me to you. So suggestion to you, if you ever start a YouTube channel, you should recommend people, hey, nothing's wrong with blessing me on this channel. But if you want to send it to the Cash App, it'll go a lot further. That's financial knowledge. All right. Otherwise, I could just let YouTube take majority of it. So thank you for even saying that. Kind of hating, but I appreciate the hate because it actually allows me to educate. So just from me to you. But I love you, TD Fraud Talk. All right. I really do love you. All right. Here we are. Said facts. Seahawks released tight end Noah Fant. Thank you for bringing that up. We can talk about that. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That would be a good addition for the Dolphins. That would actually be a really good addition for the Dolphins. Noah Fant. But again, what kind of money Miami trying to spend? What are they really trying to do? They already got Derek Waller and put incentives in it. Are they really trying to invest a little bit more? I don't know. And let me say this too. Noah Fant got released, but maybe Noah Fant pulled a power move trying to get released because he saw Jonnu get his money and is like, hey, this might be my chance to get a whole new deal somewhere. So I'm Noah Fant probably would be a nice addition to the Miami Dolphins, but I don't think they might actually be in the market for him. Who knows? We shall see. I just know their behavior as of late. Nah, they probably not in the market for it. All right. Dale Johnson said time is money. Let them know, TD. Yeah, man. One of the things that most people don't realize, we talk about value. The most valuable thing, in life that, God has given us and blessed us with is time. One of my favorite rappers said, if we could buy time, every store would sell it. And that's true. I truly do believe that. That's the one thing. If you could buy time, every store would sell it. So that's the valuable thing. All right. Fant was released to save $9 million in cap space. I know, but that means he's due some money. In other words, wherever he goes, hey, he's looking to make similar or more money. And if it is less, it ain't that much less. So yeah. But again, I would like to have Noah Fant in Miami. That would be pretty dope. But I don't know if the financial ramifications are matching up right now, unless the market goes dry on them, then we could be in play. But right now, I don't see it. But you never know. All right. Jordan Griffin says, shout out TD. Man, your own people throw shade your way. Jets up, though. It's Jets down. No, pun intended. But people don't throw shade. They just, I don't think people really throw shade. They make comments based off of how they view life and what they perceive to be right or wrong. But that's the beauty of communication. Without that quote unquote shade being thrown, I may have not have had the opportunity to explain why I recommend people to support via Cash App. And then, some people would have said, yeah, I feel the same way technically, but that actually opened up the door to be able to explain. Y'all don't understand how my mind thinks. I think that people watch this channel. A lot of people go to work Monday through Friday, or some of them even on the weekends, but let's just lose Monday through Friday as an example. They got to sit in traffic. They got to go to work, be tired, come home, try to enjoy some good content, and do it every week and trying to, make sure they take care of their family, make sure they support their family, paying their bills, and survive and being a citizen in society. But are we going to sit here and act like it ain't hard work? It ain't, taxing to just keep, having to hustle every day and keep going at it. It's work, man. So when somebody drops $1 on a channel, I covet that dollar because that's their hard-earned money. So why would I be okay with YouTube taking 40 cents of it when they meant to give me $1? So whenever hey, hold on, Cash App is this and that. No, man, I recommend y'all send it to Cash App. That way it can go further. It can go further. If somebody donated $500 right now, YouTube got 200 of it. Now we got 3. But if they donated 500 and Cash App got $10, oh, I got 490. Okay, now I'm not stuck in the middle at 3. Now I can actually book my flights to Detroit for training camp. Now I can do. You see the difference there? Versus, man, I got 220 for that possibly. Now I got, maybe we give, that's the difference. You got to make things stretch, man. And people doing it every day in their life. People doing it every day in their life, whether you go in the grocery store. Hold on, I can get this one for $4 or I can get two for $5. Let me grab a 2 for $5. Whatever, however it is sliced out to be, man. So yeah, that's why it's okay that people do what they do on this channel. Like, have y'all not understood? We're 7 years in. Have I never not embraced the hate? And sometimes I tell y'all, I ain't even hate. It's just how they perceive life and what they believe. And that it allows an opportunity to educate. All right. JD the Great said, at work now, TD. Salute to you, brother. I know you be putting it in, putting the work in. All right. Jordan said, real talk, though. Yeah, man. Keep staying true to you. That's all I can do. I do me better than anybody. Why wouldn't I do me better than like I do me better than anybody in the world? So why wouldn't I do me? This is why you can't let people get you off your game. You are the best at being you. So be you, and don't compromise that for nothing. All right. All right. TD Fraud Talk said, moral of the story, if you're going to beg for money, get as much yield as you can. If you want to look at it like that, and just to appease you, TD Fraud Talk, because I love people like you. Please, y'all, send me some cash out, please. Does that make you feel better, bro? Like legitimate begging? Please, y'all, just $1, please. Please. Does that make you feel better? All right. I thought Roundtable was successful. Y'all, I ain't gonna make the whole show about me going back and forth with my hater, but Roundtable's doing very well. But like you said earlier, if you know anything about business, the quickest way to grow and continue to be successful and be successful even more is to reinvest all your profits back into the company so that it'll have a higher yield in growth and higher yield in profit. So yeah, Roundtable Sports is successful, but the one thing that as a company we aren't in the stage of right now is paying out dividends to the founders because we want the company to grow as large as we possibly can. All right, so that's how business works, by the way. And trust me, I know you don't know much about it, but that's why I'm glad you're in the comment section, because we want to help you out. We want to educate you. Matter of fact, I'm writing a book right now. And I'm going to beg people to buy that too. I might send you one free because it can help you financially. I might send you particularly TD Fraud Talk one free because it might help you particularly. All right. How come people always beefing with TD? Hey, AB, and AB the homie, but don't I be minding my business? I may be making jokes, joning on tour, doing this and that, but don't I be minding my business? I be minding my business and people come for me, but it's all good though. It's all good, man. It's a part of the territory, man. But I embrace it. I really love it. I was on Twitter earlier today. Somebody said, "You're such a clown." And I sent them back a smiling clown. Then they were like, "Look just like you." And then I sent another clown that said, "You got it." Okay. Like, people act like we in the second grade. Oh, your mama's so fat. Blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, man. Like, people act like we're in the second grade, but that's just how some people are, man. All right. Sarah, I got to put this on the screen. Thanks for playing along, Sarah. Sarah said, since you begged so nicely. Salute to you, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, man, you just gave YouTube 80 cents, man. You could have sent me that $2 in cash. Is that how we do it, man? Oh man, salute to you, Sarah. Thanks for the love. All right. Fraud Talk is either Epson or a Peels fan. No, he been. Listen, at least I'll tell you this: he's faithful on this channel. He is faithful, man. We got to get into this financial conversation. See, now people gonna click on the video, man. Why don't you talk Dolphins, man? Every time I come to you, you rambling for the first 15 minutes. This y'all fault. But you know what? I only answer to y'all. I see the people that are actually here at the beginning of the show live. This is what I do, man. I love enjoying time with y'all. This is how we build our relationship, going back and forth. And you get to understand who I am as a man and my personality even more. All right. Um, who says I am a he? Man, TD Fraud Talk, you right. You right. I'm sorry. I apologize for assuming that you are a he. This is 2025. You can be whatever you want to be in the Army. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's see. Let me share screen. We're gonna get into the financial situation of the Miami Dolphins. Take a look at the next 3 years, what we're looking like. All right. Let me share screen. We're gonna start out. Let's go over the cap to start out. All right, here we go. Locked and loaded. Locked and loaded. All right, here we go. 2025. Right now, it says that we have 1.9 million. That's $2 million, man. 2 million. And now if you send it in the cash app, it's a little bit more, but let me stop. Let me stop. All right. But right now it says that we got like $2 million, man. And listen, the Dolphins ain't trying to spend none of it. They can listen. Matter of fact, they're going to try to create more cap space because typically you need more than that to get through the season. Because when players get hurt and all of that stuff, you need money. You need money. So as of right now, we got 1.9. They'll make some decisions in camp. They'll also probably make some potential restructures. And you know, there's two candidates right now the Miami Dolphins got to make decisions on. Zach Zealer, Minka Fitzpatrick. Don't forget people like Austin Jackson, maybe even Aaron Brewer. A lot of these guys, you know, they could have their contracts a little bit reworked to give a little bit more cap space for the Dolphins. But trust me when I tell you, if the Dolphins rework contracts to try to accumulate more cap space, it's more so to really get through the season. It's more so to kind of get through the season, all right? That's the reality of it. Okay. But right now, yeah, man, it's showing that we got about $2 million. I love the ratio though. Offense, we're about 137 and defense 117. And to be honest with you, I want y'all to look at the defense. Don't the defense make you say to yourself, where is 117 coming from? Like, how are we paying 117 on the defense? Where is that coming from? It makes absolutely no sense. Okay, there it is. There it is. Some of y'all wouldn't believe that we still paying for Xavier Howard. Some of you wouldn't believe it. Some of you wouldn't believe that we are still, oh my gosh. You know that this takes me back in a bad way. This takes me back in a bad way. Like, y'all remember about 4 years ago when TD was beating the table and all y'all told me how ridiculous, not all y'all, but most of y'all told me how ridiculous I was. You don't know ball. Why would we want to get rid of our best players? Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous. Oh my God, you want to get rid of everybody and all blah, 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 blah. I told y'all, trade Xavier Howard now while he's in his prime. We rebuilding. Get something for him. Like, and I'm going to keep bringing it up because he's still hitting us. We are still paying for this man. Can y'all... $15 million. It's almost $16 million Xavier Howard. $15 million Jerry Ramsey. Teron Armstead. See, and all of these are because of restructures. Trying to keep affording the team around our quarterback. All these restructures we did every year. Xavier Howard is a product of restructuring to afford the team around Tua. Ramsey is a product of continuously restructuring to afford the team around Tua. Teron Armstead is a product of restructuring to afford the team around Tua. Same with Kendall Fuller. Shaq Barrett blew us off. And Durham Smythe, Raheem Mostert, OBJ, John, see, these are small. I don't worry about these. All the way up to about Durham Smythe ain't no big deal. But the rest of this, that's $45 million. Come on, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. AB said Tua don't make those decisions. Greer does. I know that. Greer does it for him. Greer made those decisions so that we could all feel like We got a competent team around our guy, and this proves we can win and all of that mess. That's what this is. It's exactly what this is. Matter of fact, what's the cap? The cap is 320 million or something like that. Let me see. Let me see what the official NFL cap. All right. Cap. Let me see. NFL salary cap. Base salary cap is 279. And then you do cap space. Hold on. Then you add that. It's 311. Y'all give me a second, man. I want to get the official number. So they're saying 279.2. 279. Okay, so let me do this math. 279.2. 279. All right, is the caps. Oh, I got percentages on here. 279 million. All right, minus right now on our top 51, 228. 228, 945, 974. That leaves $50 million. $50,054,000. They say we got $2 million in cap space. So it's the dead cap. Well, it says at 54 million. So something's off by about $4, $5, $6 million somehow. Because this is totaling 54 million dead cap. So something may be off a little bit here, give or take. Oh, well, it is the top 51 that they're counting. It is the top 51. So with the, yeah. So here's what people need to realize. All these bad decisions right here, this $50 million, $50 plus million, it could have been ours. It could have been ours. We could have been improving the roster even right now. This is the cost, ladies and gentlemen, of keep kicking the can down the road. Well, let's just restructure, keep all these high salaries on the roster, and then this is what teams do. They hide it from you and then make it seem like it don't exist. You're living in its existence right now. You are living in its existence, but do you hear anybody else out here talking about it? Have you seen anybody else pull this up and talk about this is our reality right now? This is what the previous 3 years cost us. Just like the Saints, y'all. Y'all remember the Saints for several years trying to get in the positive for cap. And you start to realize, and here's the kicker to it. Watch this. Let me show y'all something. I want to do this. I want to go to all teams. Watch this. Let me see. Cap space. Let me click on cap space. Right? Bam. This is what I'm looking for. And it's crazy how a lot of these teams still got money in cap space, right? Now look at the Dolphins. This is what I want to show you. Our top 51 players, the roster that we currently have. Look in this row over here. I'm about to highlight. Well, look, you see I'm right here. I want you to look at every team in this roster, in this row, right? The Bills are spending, get to spend more than us. Only 15 million more, but they get to spend more than us on their top 51. They're utilizing more money right now because matter of fact, let's just go like this. Let's go to dead cap. And I want to see if we can come up with a trend with the teams that's dealing with this. Dolphins, $54 million. So far, we're number one. I want you to go down. Look at it. 66 for the Browns. We see what situation they're in. So now we're number 2. Jaguars. Now we're number 3. You see the commonality? The Rams. They keep pushing the bucket down the road. Theirs going to come to an end soon. We're still number 3, though, because the Rams are less than us. Look at the Saints. 82. Dead cap. Look how much money they get to spend on their current roster. You hear anybody talk about them? Look at the Jets. The Aaron Rodgers move, dead cap. Look how much they get to spend on this year's roster. That's why they got to deal with a quarterback named Justin Fields. Eagles, this is what they do. Let me show you the difference between the Eagles, though. Let me go back to it. The Eagles do this every 6 to 10 years. They load up, they do the whole spend all your money thing, but at least they accept the fact, all right, we're going to be sucky for about 4 years because they're going to compete this year. Don't get me wrong. But after this year, they're screwed. The Eagles, after this year, they screwed. But they know this already. They know that they're going to be in a high. Remember when they won that Super Bowl and they went and got Jay Ajayi? Their backups and all of them were starters. They did the same thing. They won a Super Bowl. Then you didn't hear for the Eagles for like 5 years. Y'all forgot that, didn't you? Then they came back and reloaded everything, fresh everything, and they're in that window right now. But here's the deal. This is what I want to educate y'all on. I'm not saying anything is wrong with taking this approach. The only problem with taking this approach is you gotta win. It's going all in. If any of y'all play poker, the Eagles put all their chips in and they won. The Jets put all their chips in, lost. Saints put all their chips in. Now I ain't gonna say the Saints. See, the Saints put all their chips in, but at least they were winning. See, because this go all the way back to Drew Brees. They just ain't just say, okay, let's stop and let's just tell our people we're going to be trash for several years. Instead, they want to keep on reeing up the running back and this and that, knowing they ain't going to do nothing special. Just stop it all, get rid of it all, and just sit by for 2 years, and then you'll be able to reset. But they won't do it. I don't know why. But they're being forced to for the first time this year. Watch, the Saints in 2 years, they're going to be out of all this mess. Same thing with the Rams. At least they went and got a Super Bowl. They're just trying to reduplicate it now. And will it work? This your last chance. Jaguars, they just screwed. They ain't got no victories behind it. Same with the Browns. Same with the Dolphins. That's the gamble. Then you go to the Seahawks. Same thing. Middle of the road, paying a quarterback that ain't worth it. It didn't work out. 49ers, same thing. At least, again, they were at least winning games going far, but they just keep on doing this and it's not paying off. So when you come into a season like this, teams like the 49ers are at a disadvantage this year because of how much money they're actually spending on the active roster. Now, don't get me wrong, there might be 2 good players that are on the early part of their contract where it's not hitting them hard. Like the Jets. If they in this kind of nastiness now, only able to spend 180, that was because they restructured 2 of their players too. But at the same token, that's not good for the future. That's not good for the future. So we'll see, man. This is the problem. This is the common trend. These are the teams that go for it all instead of keeping that balance. And only 1 or 2 of you at a time can possibly do something special. This is a recipe for disaster for most teams. Now, let's go to 2026, next year. Let's see how many of them get to come out of it, right? Look at it. Look at the Saints. That's bad when next year you're over like 30 million. That's crazy. Well, never mind. We ain't no different. You got 48 million in dead cap next year, and this year ain't even start. And next year, the Dolphins got 33 in dead cap. Who else really high up there? Everybody else is in whack. Eagles still. They still up there to be a year removed. Same with the Jets. You see the commonality here? So we free up a little, but not keeping up. And look at all these teams. There, see these teams. Look at this is the row that tells you how much they get to spend. This is the row that tells you how much they get to spend. So when the Vikings get to spend $354 million, they get to have a top 51 players of 354. They got an advantage, especially if they quarterback work out being on a rookie deal. You don't think that gives the Vikings an advantage? The Chiefs out here winning Super Bowls and look at their books. 356. You don't think they have an advantage and you wonder why they defense top notch? You wonder why they got one of the best defenses? And they'll have money to spend even more on weapons? They books in order. Anybody else up there in the high range of threes? No. That's crazy. Look at the two teams. Bears even in at least a solid situation over 300. Bills over 300. But when you look at the Lions, Chiefs, and Vikings, we're talking about three really good teams that's set for the future. Their contracts are still, and look, these are still full rosters, man. These ain't, these are still with a high count number of players. It's crazy. But they'll have to make some moves because they want, this is how much of the contracts they have under their books. Now you see how they're over, but they have the wiggle room for the restructures. But you see the minimal dead cap? They have full, complete rosters. TD, you do realize the cap is going to go up and those numbers are inaccurate, right? This is already projecting the cap going up. Right now it's 279 or something like that. This is projecting 295. I know that. Over the cap, it's already built into the natural growth. Now, it may be higher, it may be lower, but this is already built in. And people, we got to stop talking about the cap going up. Because when the cap goes up, it doesn't just go up for you. It goes up for the entire NFL. So the values of every player goes up. And you know another thing y'all need to educate yourself on about the cap when people use that, but the cap's going up. They're already writing the contracts considering that. They're not giving you the old contract and saying when it goes up, we get to save. No, these players are already getting their money with the new amount in mind. They're like, these contracts aren't, see, a lot of y'all like to say, oh, that contract looking good now. No, it's not. When he got that contract, it was already considering 3 years from then. That's what y'all don't realize. All these false narratives. Like, people don't understand that. When the defensive end just got $40 million, he's getting that deal based off of what is the cap going to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now. Because 3 years from now, somebody's going to be getting $55 million and I'm still going to be better than him. So let's make sure we factor that. So I don't want the current price at 30. Give me a 40. That's why it's called setting the market. Because you already taken the future value into play. That's why you're setting the market. Setting the market is the future. Without setting it, you're still in the present. You're making the future value. And it's already considered. And teams already know, well, you know what? We'll be able to afford it because it does go up to this. But what you have to understand about salary cap and what people need to understand is this. So say the cap goes up 20 million, right? If your quarterback just went from 10 million to 50 million, he just took 2 years of the increase anyway. So what about the wide receiver that just went up? Now you're actually operating at a deficit. What about the other wide receiver? What about the defensive end? You're operating at another deficit. So what many of y'all don't realize is the more these quarterbacks see, here's what people don't realize. So say the league goes up 5% every year. If the quarterback keep getting these 15% bumps, you're losing money from a team standpoint, or you can't afford to have a well-rounded keeping up with the price team. So you have to strategically ask yourself, okay, what do we want to prioritize? And 80% of the team say quarterback. All right, we're going to give the quarterback, the linebackers increase, the cornerback. Let me tell you something. Tua right now is eating up the cornerback money. Tua is eating up the cornerback money. Remember, we ain't got no money, right? So how can we improve at the corner position? We can't be competitive with the market. Yeah, you got to go draft, right? But let's just talk about regular competitive with the market. If corners out here getting $30 million now, we can't even afford a $15 million one. You see where I'm going with this? Now, again, we were trying to. Our situation with Ramsey didn't help us. But Tua ain't even reached his potential yet. He only counting against the cap $40 million. How you think that goes over as he continue to climbs with his escalators, as next year might be 50 or 60? Where that money come from? So you can't be competitive. You can't be competitive on the O-line. You got to rely on rookies and low pay deals. You got a second round, year 2 left tackle making peanuts. You got a second round, year 1 rookie left guard making peanuts. You got a right guard that's just making peanuts. You got a center that's making solid center money at $8 million a year. And Austin Jackson making $12 million a year when the top tackle's making 30. You just got to deal with what you got to deal with. Y'all, we need a better O-line. Okay. How do you plan on going to get it? If I polled all Dolphin fans right now, they would tell you, go give me the $25 million left tackle. Go get me a $15 million left guard. I'm good with Brewer at center. Go get me a $15 million right guard. And matter of fact, I'm okay with Austin Jackson, but you know what? Let's even be crazy here and keep Austin Jackson at his current price instead of going to get an elite guy. Y'all would increase our cap space by about $45 million just to go get a premier left tackle, which most teams covet, and a $15 million left guard. Because Robert Hunt, 20-something on the other side. So let's just say $15 million. Y'all would increase our cap by at least $40 million. Where that money gonna come from? If we want to give you what y'all asking for, a better O-line, where that money coming from? Somebody got to help me. Oh, well, go give me a really solid corner. That's about $14 million because the best one's in the high 20s now. Go give me 2 of those. That's another $30 million. That's $70 million if we giving you what y'all asking for. $70 million more dollars. And this is just an average at these positions. The only thing we going elite is the left tackle. Everything else, the left guard and the right guard and 2 corners, and that's $70 million. $70 million more dollars to just have the average guy. Solid to average, like better than that, above average. Let's just put it there. $70 million, where you getting that from? Please, somebody tell me. Where you getting that from? Give me an $8 million tight end. Like, we can do this all day. We can do this all day. We need another safety opposite me. However you want to do it. The good team, not even perfect, by the way, but just a really good team. If you really came down to it, we need another $100 million. Where you going to get that from? So first of all, that ain't realistic. So you got to deal with what you got to deal with. So you gotta make some concessions here. You gotta say, okay, maybe we can't have everything. So what am I willing to give up? Okay, don't worry about the tight end. We'll make that work. Okay, that's fine. All right, maybe not two above average corners, maybe just one. Okay. So okay, we'll bring that down to about 75 million. All right. And maybe not an elite left tackle, but above average. So instead of 30 million, give me a $15 million one. Oh, another Austin Jackson just on the other side. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we'll bring that down to 60 million. And maybe not two really good guards, just give me one. All right, all right, bam, we need $50 million. We still ain't even got that. We still ain't even got that. But you know who got it? It's in Tua's contract and Tyreek's contract and this dead money that we screwed up just to put around this whole shenanigan. That's where it is. So let's go in the perfect world, right? Let's remove all the dead cap. The Miami Dolphins have no dead cap. They don't owe cap space to Ramsey or Xavier Howard. They have zero cap space. Oh, well, there's the 50 million. All right, you got your 50 million. Now look at your team. You one of them purgatory teams like the Seahawks, like the Texans, like the Jaguars, like the Cardinals, like Atlanta. That's exactly what you are. You another one of those. We got enough to win games, but it ain't gonna be nothing to be considered a real playoff threat. That's exactly what you got. That's how it works. That's how the money works. It's exactly how the money works. Let's go to 2027 real quick. No dead cap, nobody. Well, I should have already known that because you're not a dead cap can only be stretched out for 2 years. This is when everybody has no dead cap, no more dead cap. But look at the active spending. These are the teams that's going to have a lot of flexibility and be able to reshape their rosters. And these are the teams that already have a lot locked in. 49ers, Bills, Vikings, Jaguars, Bears, Patriots, Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, Cowboys, Packers, Eagles, Panthers, Dolphins in the middle. Effective cap space. Let's see who has a lot and who got a little. This is how much in 2 years effective cap space. 49ers still ain't got nothing because they just gave Purdy the money. The Bills, they just consistently in this same realm, but at least they go into championship rounds. Vikings, Bears, Jags, Patriots, because they just made huge investments. Ravens, Lions. You want to know what's crazy about this list? Most of the teams at the bottom is because they literally made a lot of huge investments recently. And the Dolphins been getting rid of their investments. We finna reset. I could see it. We literally resetting. Because in 2 years, if all we got is 98 million, what do you think's gonna happen next year? Are they not extending anybody? Because you know those people I told you about, they'll restructure Tua to get more money, or Minka or Zeeler and all of them. If they do any of those restructures, this number goes down in 2027. This number goes down. Any restructures increase the future cap hits and reduces the cap space. Anything they do, these numbers go down. And we already ain't got tons of money like everybody else up there. Yeah, I can tell you now, the Miami Dolphins, Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see what they do with Minka, Zeeler, Brewer, some of these guys. And next offseason might be the most interesting. They're going to either keep the ship moving in purgatory because that's the kind of money they got to stay in purgatory, or they're going to dump even more next year. So that 27 number, this 2027 number goes even higher. See, what would that number look like if Tyreek is gone? Or what would that number look like if Tua is gone? Those guarantees get removed. And guess what their out is on all of them? After 25 and maybe Tua after 26. But both of those guys, they probably would literally raise the Dolphins. Oh, I'm tripping. I forgot. Don't they? You can actually do it on here if I'm not mistaken. I think you can actually do it on here. Let me show you. Let me go to 2026. Tua is a $56.5 million cap hit. Whoa. Right? So watch this. Cut post June 1st. After next year, he will be -$6 million. It'll save negative. Let me make sure. Let me get okay. Let me also see a trade. Oh, look, especially if it's a trade, but I don't even know about a trade. I don't know if anybody would actually do that. Just a cut post June 1st, you lose $6 million. Let me see if the thing adjusts too. The team cap space. Toronto, Jalen. So we still got a lot of dead cap next year. Ain't that crazy? Ramsey's gonna be 21 million next year. Armstead 11. See, man, we're gonna talk about that a little bit more in a second. Team cap space. Oh, I see what's happening here. Hold on, am I on 2026? I know we're not negative. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. We're not already negative next year, are we? Hey, we already negative next year? 25 million? Man, we already negative 25 next year? As of right now? You gotta be kidding me. Man, you gotta be kidding me. All right, let me see if this calculator does anything. All right, here we go. This is what it is. This is what I was trying to show y'all. Here's the calculator. All right. Here's the calculator. Let's okay, Tua. Let's go to 2026. If we're in 2026, team is -21. Cut post June 1st. Submit. It would be more dead cap. Let me undo that. Cut pre. Submit. See, yeah, I want y'all to pay attention to something. Pay attention to 2027 is the plan here. So if they cut post June 1st, submit, you see what happens in 2027? 142 from 109 jumps. But if they just straight up cut, It goes to 159. 159 in 27. So I could see a world where if they wanted to, they could cut after this year if he don't work out. Now, a trade is always beautiful. Trade before would be all positives across the board. Trade after, post June 1st, would actually be less for us. It would be less. So, best case scenario, I guess, is a trade before, like right away before June 1st, or a post June 1st potential cut. Let me try this way. Yeah, post June 1st cut, right? So, say Tyreek as well. Mm, that'll definitely give us much. See, Tyreek is the big fish. Let's get Tua out of this real quick. Let's get Tua out of this, right? That's the dead money. All right. All right. This is our current situation. All right. Let's go back to 25, 26. Let's get Tyreek. See what happens if they cut Tyreek. Cut Tyreek. Submit. That's a fix in itself. Just next year, cutting Tyreek, even in the current situation. But then Tyreek's going to give us dead cap in 2028. Massive. Well, wait, hold on. That's there anyway. No, so cutting Tyreek would be the best move. But doing it post June 1st is probably the most savings. 11 post June 1st. Submit. Yeah, cutting Tyreek post June 1st would be the biggest saving. That'll put us in the positive in 2026. Minka, we're gonna have to restructure like right now, maybe. I don't know. All right, let me undo this. Here's what I want to try to do. I want to go to 2025 and do Minka now. Extend, renegotiate. And this is what they recommended renegotiation. Oh, well, they showing us. See, Minka gonna want more years and more money. It's crazy, man. Yeah, that's gonna take a whole lot more work for me. I'm gonna start playing with this a lot more and show y'all what cap would look like if we did certain things. We're gonna start using this a lot more. Yeah, let me get rid of that. Zealer, another one that's up there. You notice how all of those are at the top? Bradley Chubb, he getting cut. That's gonna be pre. He gonna save us a few million, but we still in the negative next year. Bradley and Tyreek will be in the positive. And I'm telling y'all, Minka and Zealer, they're the ones that's gonna be interesting. Because I know they want to keep them long term. Or maybe not. That's where all our money is. These four players plus two, but I'm just leaving him there. Those guys right there. Next off season, Dolphins got decisions. TD will blow it up. Yeah, Greer is good, but he be letting things slide. Yeah, man. But this is our current cap situation, y'all. This is it right here. It's gonna be real interesting how Chris Greer navigates this. Let me undo all of these. All right, let me get this trade off of Tua. All right, this is our current situation. Next year, we dead capped up. Still trying to figure out why 2028 says that. That's why. Never mind. Ignore 2028. They don't have the salary because nobody's under no, hold on. Nobody on the Dolphins under contract in 28? What are they talking about? Tua is. Bradley Chubb. They just didn't put a salary cap. That makes sense now. Bradley is still on there? Oh, that's a voidable year. Never mind. Tua, Waddle, Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Jordan Mason. Look how many people under contract in 2028, y'all. Zeke Biggers, they not a big deal. Quinn Ewers, not a big deal. Ollie Gordon, maybe. Jonte, all these are rookies. All of these are rookies. These are voidable players. They're not even under contract, which means we'll still be owing them dead cap. Kenneth Grant is a rookie. Austin Jackson, void. He not even under. Only Waddle and Tua. Tua and Waddle are the only two players on the whole roster that's not a rookie. I told y'all, man, that's not under contract. Tua and Waddle, they're the only two under contract. That's not a rookie. You don't see what they're doing? They have already they preparing for the future. This is clean. Look, 2027. Tyreek ain't on there. Bradley Chubb is on there, but y'all know he gone after this year. He ain't even gonna see 26. Tua, Waddle, and rookies. All rookies or free agents. Nobody under contract but Tua and Waddle in 27. And at that point, does Waddle even have much guaranteed money then? Cap number. Yeah, he ain't got no more guaranteed money by then. Tua don't either. Let me make sure. Yeah. Look at this. Waddle guarantees run out in 26. Same with Tua. Unless they restructure them again. Because in 27, no guarantees on not a single player but the rookies. The people on rookie deals right now. Nobody has guarantees in 26, y'all. Told you. They setting this thing up. They already setting it up. 0 guarantees for any player. 0 guarantees in 27. There you have it. You can see the picture. You see it. In 26, all of them got their last bit of guarantees. Tyreek ain't even got no more guarantees next year. He's empty. Minka none, nobody. Waddle does. Wow. Let's see, I'm looking at it now. Hold on, let me see something. 26, 27. Bradley. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm wrong. 26, nobody got guaranteed money but Tua and Waddle too. In 2026. This is the last year of almost everybody guarantees. It's in 2025. Yeah, this is the last year. There are no more guarantees across the board in 2026. Where Austin Jackson? Thought he had. Let me see. This Austin Jackson right there. No more guarantees. His last guarantees. Is it this year? Austin Jackson. No, he done? He's out of guarantees? Man, whole team. So y'all got to pay attention to that. Look at what they're setting up. That's what they're setting up. Interesting. Shout out to D Hug all day. Said, man, we are broke. Did you see the post I tagged you in where Waddle routed up Christian Gonzalez? Richie swears he's all speed. I saw it. I saw it on Twitter. You sent it to me, and you are correct, sir. Yeah, hit him over the middle, all over the place, really. Derek Carr screwed the Saints with his retirement, and Saints having to play him. I pay him. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But our books ain't no better, man. We in a tough situation. This is why they not giving out money, man. The Dolphins want to have the flexibility to do a hard reset next year if they want to. If they want to, they could do a whole reset next year. Only Tua and Waddle got guaranteed money, and they only got that for 2 more years. 2026. And in 2027, not a single player other than the rookie contracts got guaranteed money. But again, I already know what's going to happen. If they restructure Tua this year or next year summer, he's gonna have more guarantees in 27. Same with Waddle. Restructures, but that's why they're trying to avoid any restructures. So yeah, we'll see how it goes because they already next year they already in the negative, $25 million in a negative. Any restructure right now will probably lift that amount negative for next year and years to come, taking away the money that they'll have next year. And that's the problem. That's the problem in Miami. Let's see what happens. All right, y'all. That's good enough for tonight. I'm about to get out of here. I got some more work to do. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for some of my haters tuning in as well. Good informative educational stream here talking about our cap situation for the next several years. We just got to keep our eyes on it. What decisions do Chris Greer make? Does he continue to go down this path to make it worse? Does he stay sound like he's been this offseason? And listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's one thing you need to understand. He's been sound this offseason. Or somebody has made him be sound this offseason. Don't spend no more money. Let's prepare for a potential reset to rethink how we want to move forward instead of continuing to build around this mess. Let's go with what we got and try to put a few temporary pieces around it and try to go out there and compete. That's the name of the game for the Miami Dolphins this year. And next offseason, we'll know officially what we're going to do, y'all. What's the goal? What's the plan? What we doing? When are we getting out of cap hell? We won't know for 2 years because, again, every decision they make will tell you the direction. Like if I went in this system right now and I put restructure Austin Jackson to extend them, restructuring Zach Zeeler to extend them, restructuring Minka Fitzpatrick to extend them, this red number right here gets higher next year. It gets even higher. And this number right here gets lower for 2027 for the same team you already got. And that's the problem. This team needs a whole new makeover reset. This is why I keep beating the table. Don't give Minka no money and don't give Zeeler no money. Y'all love paying people while we rebuilding in their prime or when they done with their prime, but just because they've been a good player. They old. I don't care if they still got 3 good years in them. The way we going, this team ain't built for the next 2 years to do nothing special. Stop wasting time. Save our money now. Go draft players and keep on developing and paying the ones that get better and keep drafting. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 6-year windows in this league. You bring in all your rookies. You got 5 years to play with their salary cap to get minimals. And in those 5 years, you have 4 players under 4 years. You got players under 3 years, players with 2, players with 1. Like, I want y'all to think about that draft class. Say you draft 7 players. If you can get 2 of them to ball out in the first group, 2 of them to ball out, in all 5 years, you get 2 of them to become starters. You ain't got to bat high. You just need 2. And that's 10 players right there. Here's the beauty of it, though. You're not paying until after years. You're not paying until year 6. So technically, you got those 5 years of cheap prices. You get 10 caliber starters. When you pay the first group, then you draft another group and get another 2. Now you got 12 caliber starters. And in those 12 caliber starters, you're paying 2 of them big money and you're saving money, rookie deals on the other 10. So let me tell y'all why I say that. Say those 2 players that you draft, on average, say it's a first round pick and a second round pick. You're basically going to be paying about $8 million worth of salary for them. You do that for 5 years, that's $40 million with 10 players on your roster that are starters. Plus, you paid 2 of them from the first year that were balling. And I don't know what positions those are, but just say it's $60 million. That's $100 million for 12 starters. Now you literally got $200 million to get short-term veteran contracts. You can go do 2 and 3 year deals on veterans. And you're really just trying to, first and foremost, load your starters up. You need 10 more starters. You got $200 million. So say that you want to have your bench 30 players that's making about $2 million each. That's $60 million. So you got $140 million for 10 players. So follow me on that. 30 players making an average of $2 million each because they're the second string, special teams. And you done drafted a nice array of 10 starters. That leaves you with about $140 million on a $300 million salary cap for 10 players. And that's an average of $10 million per player. So you got to ask yourself what positions you want to spend that kind of money. And you can fluctuate that. Maybe you got a really nice running back for $8 million. And instead of spending 10 on another position, you might can spend 12. Or elevate your lower players to $3 million each, caliber players. You got to play with these numbers like that, man. But you got 6-7 year windows like that and keep rotating them. Just hit 2 draft picks out of 7 and make them starters, and you're a good GM. 2 out of 7. You go 3 out of 7, man, we cooking. But all you need is 2 out of 7, man. That's how you got to do it. So, hey, we'll see what the Dolphins, what moves they make moving forward. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Thank you for all y'all who love and support the channel. Those who also show love in the Cash App. Thank you. Again, I'll see y'all later tomorrow, pretty much. Dolphins Collective back Tuesday night. We'll be back live and in action. All right. Love y'all. See you soon. Peace. I'm out.